Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, wearing clothes. I'm wearing a shirt with a Korean woman's face on the front, Leah from ITZY. Um, so today, this show is the last show of season 10 of the One I Have Spare Time podcast. This is show number 60 of the season. Each season has 60 shows. Well, it's supposed to have 60 shows. Anyway, so after this, we'll have 20 shows added to the best of When I Have Spare Time podcast playlist. We're going to add the 20 best shows from season 8, and they'll be added over the next week or two. And then we'll continue on with season 11 of the When I Have Spare Time podcast. But I'll most likely still do shows in between. But I'll let you know when season 11 officially starts. But anyway, we had the elections happen. They're still counting votes, but you know how they were saying there's going to be a red wave and all that stuff. It's going to be a referendum on the current president. What did I say prior to this? I said that this is going to be a one issue election, and abortion is one of those issues. And based on the results, I was right. Because there was no red wave, because people associate Republicans with pro-life, and they associate the Republicans with banning abortions altogether. Now you've heard the last couple podcasts I've had where I've been talking about the Democrats want you to be able to have an abortion, like a retroactive abortion. So like you could be a mom, you could be pregnant, and then like the kid could turn 35. If you want to have an abortion, you can have one. Like there is no limit when it comes to Democrats. If you're if that baby if that baby's 8 months in, you can abort it. Okay? If that baby is 6 years old, if you change your mind as a woman, you can abort the baby. But here's the thing: people are like, well, that's too much. That's too far. Here's the problem: the other side's too far too. There's more people that rather have the option of being able to have an abortion when the kid's 1 years old than having it being banned altogether. And I was saying that it's going to be a one issue thing. Because remember, abortion is an emotional thing. The average person in America, abortion's never going to affect their life. It's like never. I think, I don't know the numbers, I'm not going to look them up, but there's roughly 300 million people that live in America. Okay? 1 million of them are going to get an abortion in a year. Those aren't the exact numbers, but that's the that's how small the percentage is. If you look at the population of America, it's like roughly whatever 300 million. Okay, I know that's going low, but 300 million. So if you have 300 million people in America, 140 million of them vote. Okay, so out of those 140 million that can vote, when it comes to abortion, it's going to affect 1 million of them. But yet, everyone votes like it's the biggest issue ever in your life. And that's why I was saying, if you're a politician, you don't have to run on anything except abortion, abortion, abortion. Just like I was talking about the mayor running for LA. He's not the mayor, but he's running for it. Rick Caruso. He's the mayor and he's running on abortion. because it's one issue that you can just say, yeah, I'm a pro-choice, and you're gonna get a bunch of votes. And then it didn't help that you had some Republicans on Capitol Hill when Roe versus Wade got overturned. They were trying to propose a federal abortion ban, and that was the day I knew that there was not going to be a red wave. I knew that a long ass time ago because it's once again it's a one issue thing. I mean, there's a reason why people complain that this country sucks, but they keep voting for the same people because the people they're voting for have, one or two things that they really care about. See, people say they care about the economy, but they don't care about the economy because if they cared about the economy, they vote way differently. If the economy mattered, if inflation mattered, you would vote so differently. Like you would vote against anything. You'd vote against any environmental restrictions put on big business. Because what happens is when you have environmental restrictions, those businesses leave to other countries. So even though we think we're saving the world by lowering our emissions, those emissions just get put somewhere else on the planet. So technically, there's no difference. If we took all of our gas-powered cars off of the streets in America, China is still producing um, enough or like mining enough coal to offset that anyway. So it doesn't matter. We can drop our whatever emissions down by 12%. India is gonna crank up theirs by 24%. So it's remember we have one planet. So just because you stop doing something here, it doesn't affect anything because over there you got people pumping out more stuff. So the only thing environmental issues do is move businesses other places or raise the cost of production, so it trickles down to the populace. So the little guy ends up paying more. So no one really cares about the economy, even though they're saying, well, the Republicans are going to win because of economy. Nah, no, they're not. Because we keep showing over and over that we don't care about the economy. You know, like the student loan thing. The student loans aren't just magically gonna go away. They're gonna raise taxes from other people and have them pay for the student loans. That's gonna hurt the economy. But you know, the small percentage of people who are in student loan debt, which is a very small percentage of America, those people don't care about the economy. Those people know money just doesn't grow on trees. That money is going to be taken out of other people's pockets, which is going to hurt the economy because it's like it's more taxes coming from the little guy. The government doesn't give anything out for free. If we cared about the economy, we close our border. If people voting cared about the economy, they would vote out every politician that's keeping the border open. You would never vote for a politician that wants open borders if you cared about the economy. The influx of illegal aliens, the damage it does to the American economy is crazy. So if you really cared about the economy, which is supposedly some major voting issue that the Republicans are going to win on, yeah, so like people don't care about that. Crime. Everyone thought because of crime, it was just going to be Republican win after win after win. You have some of the worst cities on the planet. The worst areas in America are Democratic cities with Democratic governors and Democratic district attorneys, where like someone gets arrested, they just let them out. Okay? But yet, those same high crime areas still vote for the same people over and over. Because crime really isn't an issue with them. They they care about abortion. They know that this Democrat is going to allow them to kill a baby. And you can say what you want. People are passionate about killing babies. People don't want that right taken away. It sounds like I'm joking, but look at the voting results. Look at the results. Every state that had an abortion measure yesterday, today, whatever, every state that had an abortion member, it went in the pro-choice favor. Every state. It happened in blue states. It happened in red states. Every state where there was an abortion issue on the ballot, it went to pro-choice. So the Republicans, if they ever want to win, they need to let go. And I said this before on so many podcasts. Abortion should not be an issue on the ballot. The easiest way to win the abortion battle is to say you can have one anytime you want, and that's it. Once you get rid of that issue, the voters will have to look at the real issues. Okay? Abortion is legal forever. There's no need to argue about it. There's no need to have one candidate that's pro-life, and there's no need to have another candidate that's pro-choice, because guess what? No one has a choice. It's legal. If you want to get one, get one. If you don't. It's off. It's off the books, man. Imagine if abortion wasn't an issue. Oh my God, the Republicans would have swept. But because it's an issue, there's people who are complaining about the scamdemic and what's happened the past 2 years. There's like governors who were closing their states down, but they still went out and partied, and then got caught like 3 or 4 times doing it, and everyone's calling them a hypocrite and like, rules for thee but not for me. And supposedly they hate them for locking everyone down, but yet they still voted them back in. You want to know why? Because they said that you can kill your baby 6 months in. Like I said, abortion is the number one topic. New York's a shithole. Okay? And like crime has gone through the roof in New York. The COVID restrictions were crazy stupid in New York. People were complaining all day about all these issues. But a Republican didn't win the governor's seat in New York. The Democratic candidate won, who said there is no crime, even though it's one of the highest in America, because this candidate is gonna, make sure abortion is legal until you're 12. You know what I'm saying? You can abort your baby up to the 12th year, and that's how it should be. See, and then like like people are like, let's see, I don't know why people feel so strongly about this issue. Like if you're pro-life, the only thing you have to do is just don't get an abortion. Then see how simple that is. But then I'm a smart guy. If you want to win, remember you represent the people. See, these politicians got it twisted around. They want people to vote them into power so they can just make up some rules and do what they want to do, instead of representing the people and doing what the people want them to do. That's the problem with politicians, and that's why Republicans aren't cutting it, because they aren't taking the emotional unrational decisions. You have to take the most emotional and unrational topic and make that a non-issue in politics. So right now, apparently, it's abortion. If you're a Republican candidate, the only thing you have to do is say, "I am not going to change the rules. if you know, like, just say like I'm pro-life, but I know the people want to be pro-choice, so I will make sure the laws are in effect that make it available to kill your baby. Saying kill your baby is easier than saying abortion. You know, like, these three syllable words are annoying. I can't believe that for weeks all of these uh, news like stations, segments, whatever, were talking about how the Republicans are gonna like win like 3,000 seats in the Senate, even though it only has 200, or I mean 100. So I don't know how could they be so wrong? How could all the news channels be wrong? Maybe it's because they don't know what they're talking about. They took polls every, like, 4 hours. Yeah, there's gonna be a red wave. No, so you can't trust the polls, which, going into this, I don't trust the polls. Like, I don't trust anything. I mean, I don't trust my own shadow. I mean, I want some. I saw my own shadow steal from my wallet. I'm not making this up. But I just want to say I called it. Several podcasts ago, I was saying abortion's the main issue, but you know, when you're a hyper intellectual like me, especially one with these looks, yeah, it's just how it is. I'm a misunderstood genius because I'm a genius. Did you know that? The most embarrassing race was Carrie Lake, the Arizona governor race. The best quote from her was some, I'm paraphrasing, and I'm not gonna look it up even though I have a computer right in front of me. She said something like, I'll trust the election results because I'm gonna win," and I think she's losing because like, the polls said that she was up by like 12 points, and then the day of the election she's losing. Her candidate Katie Hobbs didn't even debate her. She didn't even acknowledge her. Katie Hobbs called her an illegitimate candidate. Did not even talk to press. She ran from the governor. Like, she ran for the governorship by like running away from people. People would try to interview her. She would get up and leave. She was at like a got a I don't know the burger place, but it looked like In and Out. Like, she's at an In and Out burger joint, sitting down outside eating. A reporter comes up to her and she runs away. She runs away so fast she spills her drink. Like, imagine a person in politics who's supposed to be a good public speaker is afraid to talk to journalists or runs away. Katie Hobbs ran away. Katie Hobbs did not even do a debate. Carrie Lake was on TV doing the debate alone, basically just being interviewed by the moderator, and still lost the stupid governor race. She was basically running against herself and still lost. That shows you how much that one topic means. Arizona's a border state. It's being affected by the open border too. You know, and Carrie Lake was saying all the right things about how, crime, schooling, all the stuff that the parents want. Schools, like keeping things open, no mandates, all that jazz. Freedom, freedom, freedom. But because she's a Republican, Republican is synonymous with a pro life, and pro life is unpopular. People want to kill their baby. People are obsessed with killing kids. You just like you have to accept that and just not make it an issue. Like, see, the Republicans need to do this. When it comes to abortion, you say the exact same thing Democrats say. If both parties have the same thoughts on abortion, it won't be an issue anymore. Maybe people will actually vote for the better candidate instead of like the one that's on some bullshit. Because right now we've been on some bullshit. Coun- Country's gone to hell. You got you got candidates in office who don't know what a woman is, but they still won because they're pro-choice. Why would you vote for someone who doesn't know what a woman is? You ask them to describe what a woman is, like, well, it's complicated. No, woman is a human female. They have vaginas. It's not that hard. Not that hard. They're the they're the part of the human race that is annoying and doesn't know when to shut up. They're the ones that initiate 80% of divorces. Those things. The ones that are responsible for all the you know crime in this country because kids that are raised by single parents usually end up in jail. Women are doing a bang up job. Well, just to clarify, I believe it's 75% of people in jail are from a single parent household. Most single parent households are mothers. It's because the man never gets parental rights when it comes to divorce or whatnot. Is what it is. Yeah, but like all those kids being raised by single moms. I mean, it'd be better if they were aborted, and it's not too late because your city most likely is Democratic now. You can have an abortion up to the first what 40 years. You know, you got a 40-year-old daughter. You're sick of her. Yeah, abort it. It's your body, your choice. That's how it is. Either way, all these races, my life is not going to change. Because, well, one, I'm not worried about abortion. I don't care about that. Um, the economy. Well, I mean, like the one thing I got going for me is I don't, I'm not wasting money on a car, so I don't have to, I don't have to worry about the 5.45 a gallon gas prices, and and apparently no one else is worried about it either because look at the voting results. Oh well, another exciting day. Well, I guess I've said enough. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.